games than either side, obviously. So as we're doing the math, you figure we have like a 90-minute game ahead of us now in game number 3. So we'll see. With that said, I'm Breakers CBK once again, joined by Pew. Here we are, Pew. Game 3. Here it goes.
Yeah,
War
buddy.
Beast. Sorry. Go ahead.
You wanted to say something, or can I go?
I will.
I can go?
You know what? It's your turn. I'll let you speak.
Okay, my turn.
That's
Thank
fine.
you. We're gonna see the first mistake here by Sticks. They won't ban out Scout. I mean, maybe they are comfortable playing against that Scout, but if I'm in Slick's shoes, I would ban the Scout. Even Devo is up, so it's gotta be interesting going into this game 3 to see if Lions really are that good with Scouts or not. So that's the only thing I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Now you can take over, Breaky, so it doesn't get awkward.
No, it's all good, all good. I was just simply going to read off the hero name. So the fact that you're actually saying useful information for the viewers is always an appreciation there. So, no, but War Beast Engineer, Keeper of the Forest Prisoner, obviously the bands, and as we were just talking about, that Scout first pick coming out for Lions. So, again, obviously didn't work last game, but it seems like it does work more so than not. So, stick to those guns. Don't go away from it just because it just happened to not work last game. Speaking of sticking to your guns, they go Devour here with a second pick, actually. I mean, you think that makes sense? I mean, why not wait till the third pick?
I don't know, man. When I'm Legion, I ban Devo. I mean, I ban Devo Scouts. I don't know. I seriously do. I just think he's really good at Devo. It's almost like pretty much anyone has 50% with the hook. He has like 95%. I don't want to go up against that. I just ban the hero,
Yeah.
Because it can just be so devastating in the early to mid game to play against that hook. You always gonna play passive on the lane, which is the biggest factor. You can't really go aggressive. You can't really farm. It's so awkward, and you always gonna be afraid of that hook, So I'll just get rid of that hero, but I don't know. We're gonna see here how Super KG plays it out.
Yeah, that's always exciting. Give them their guns here. Devour are definitely one of those big guns for them, so we'll see how it works out in the end. Once again, though, tmsR, they're going to use a bit of extra time here earlier on in the drafting stage to think about how they want to respond now. So, again, you look back at the Devour pick, though, obviously making the point that why not third, because, tmsR is very likely not going to pick it up themselves, but so getting it here does give tmsR at least a little bit more breathing room in terms of, okay, well, how do we want to respond now to that Devo pick? So we'll see what ends up coming out here from them, as they're now down to 20 seconds left on the extra time. Obviously, they went with that Master of Arms first pick, and they're the ones with the momentum now coming out that first game, or second game even. So Lodestone going to be picked up here as their follow-up. So they get their suicide hero here. Happens to be Lodestone, so we are going to see him here in game 3 this time. Always a dangerous hero.
Lodestone. Great against push. I think you see Ophelia up still. The Lions run Ophelia in the both games. We're gonna see the Dampier here. Interesting. I mean, both junglers up, but both teams are kind of afraid of playing those because we're gonna see here though if TMS are gonna pick a jungle. I don't think so. I mean, I talked with them a bit before the game with Slicks actually, and I think 2-2-1 is the way to go against Lions. I mean, they play aggressive. If you have a jungler, you might be out of position sometimes. So it wouldn't surprise me if we don't see a jungler being picked up here.
It seems like Haxrin. Well, it is Haxrin after all, but yeah, going through carries, I was gonna say, and he actually ends up with Sandwraith in the end. So. Yeah, no junglers. Going to be coming out from either side. A guy is still not out of the question yet as far as we move on here, but a lot less likely now that we're possibly going to see that. But, yeah, I wonder if you are Lions, are you using your bans now on those junglers, or are you actually just banning maybe support options here? I mean, something else, because you almost want them to pick up a jungler? I mean, I don't know, but...
I don't know. I think they have kind of awkward lineup to run with Dampier. Usually when we run Dampier, we like to have those follow-up initiations, like maybe a load, maybe a mag, maybe a rally, maybe a peb. So I don't know. And going a 1v1 with Dampier against a load, that's going to be kind of hard here for Fusi. So I wouldn't ban any junglers if I'm Lions. I would actually like to get a jungler here so he can help damp out on that suicide lane. Mm-hmm. It's going to be hard here for Lions. I think tmsR got a bit of an advantage here in the drafting stage.
Yeah. We see Pyromancer and M4 are coming out so far. So moving along here. There we go with the Aluna. So yeah, it is more support style coming out. There's a Tempest ban, actually. So tmsR may be a little bit worried that Lions would even still go that jungle here. As you're stressing, you know, when you pick up a Dampier, you want to try to leave that jungle open for him to be able to go into, take out the stack. So we'll see what Lions ends up going with, though, when it's all said and done. One more ban on either side, and then we move on to the final 2 picks, even, that are going to be coming out here. So obviously, both teams running very low in the extra time here, so going to need to start rushing a little bit as far as making their decisions. There's the Andromeda. So, yeah, just all outright support bans here from Lion Esports Club. Hell, even tmsR threw one in with that Nymphora ban. So, tmsR probably going to ban well, I mean, I don't know. Both teams need those supports still, so it's kind of hard to say, you know, if we're just going to see another ban on a support or something else here, but...
Yeah, I mean, if I'm tmsR here, I would leave Ophelia open. I mean, you're going to have a 1v1 versus the Dampier.
Yeah.
Ophelia going to soak farm in the jungle. Yep, they're going to leave him open here. We're going to see here now if Lions fall for the bait and picks that Ophelia up. It's going to be interesting to see here.
Yeah. I will say... Stay Green, they did run they ran the Ophelia jungle with Dampier yesterday, and obviously they didn't make it work. You could tell his farm was a little bit nerfed on Dampier, mainly because of that, but obviously they still made it work. But yeah, they are going to go the Glacius here instead. So, Torture response. Is Ophelia just going to be outright passed up here? Well, we're going to see it in the end, but...
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned before Stay Green. I mean, that's Stay Green. You can't really count them in. It's not fair. To be honest with you, they practice more than everyone else. They are better than everybody else, so they can do whatever they want, pretty much. But now I think we're gonna see something funky here from Lions. Maybe not. Maybe they just want to get another roamer here. Maybe, I don't know. They banned out a lot of supports here, so it's not there's not really a lot of good supports in the pool right now. You're gonna see Rhapsody. Okay.
Huh. You said it. I mean, there's not many go-to supports left on the board, so that's where we get the chance to see a Rhapsody pickup now. I mean, that's definitely not really ever happens, but you know, Rhapsody, Rhapsody is a solid here. I've always thought she's a solid support, and the thing I like to bring up about Rhapsody too, with her, you know what, actually just hitting me too. Her passive's actually pretty damn good for a hero like Dampier, when you think about it. So I don't think it's, you know, game breaking by any means, but it's actually will be a pretty useful, even more lifesteal for Dampier as the game picks up. But and then Empath to finish off for tmsR, and there's that classic Empath Sandwraith combination.
Yeah, to be honest, that's such a mistake from Hanskin. You can't, like, he bans out all the good supports. He leaves you can't leave Empath with Sun. It doesn't work. And then he gets a pretty bad support himself. I don't know. I like tmsR's lineup a lot more here, but we'll see. It's gonna come down to skill as well.
Yeah, it's you know what, and again we get yet another kind of different hero here, especially with the Rhapsody. So I'm excited for that. You know, another one last thing I wanted to bring up about Rhapsody before we move on, is we are going to be in a pause anyways. But again, her ultimate, her Arcane Hymn or Protective Melody, even the fact that you don't need that ability to fully channel by any means to be a useful ability. You really just need it to work during that initial burst or whatever that initial phase. Say like a Shatterstorm's coming in or something like that. You happen to use it right as a Shatterstorm explodes. You've negated all that damage from happening, at least on your teammates in that radius. So it doesn't need to be that full channel lasting for it to be ultimately effective. I think people kind of mistake that for Rhapsody. It's like, oh, well, good luck channeling her ultimate to be able to save people. It's like, you don't even need that. You just need it for that timing of the burst. So now, it is easier said than done, with that said, to use it at the right time. But
and the question is, what are you trading it for? Are you trading it for a Andromeda swap, stun and minus armor, just to get like 1 sec of survivability? In my opinion, it's not a good pick. I think the only time you can run a Rhapsody is with a Jeremiah, because then you can get that repel, you can get a full duration out with that ultimate. But like you said as well, it can be nice to save like from that Death's Curse or maybe a Lodestone stun or whatever. So we'll see if they can make it work.
That is true. But again, though, she does have her other skill set. With the Staccato stun, it's a decent stun. You got her Disco Inferno, helps for pushing and counter pushing. So
yeah,
that's not the. And again, this is one of those games where the Arcane Hymn actually is pretty damn useful. And now she is that kind of hero where, you know, is she going to get those maximized levels for that to really be the most impactful time. But again, Dampier being all magic, it got Devour, got this a lot of magic damage here on this Legion team, and their main carry being that magic damage source, I think makes that Arcane Hymn ability just a little bit more powerful as it picks up. Again, it's not the biggest radius though, so we'll see if how much that maybe comes into play. But all right, it looks like both of the teams are ready to go. So here we go. Game number 3 again, guys. This is it. Winner goes to play Stay Green. Loser will be finishing 3rd place here in cycle number 4. You get to see the Rhapsody. Both teams running that 2-2-1 setup most likely. No jungle to be had. So a little bit different here.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the Dampier are going to be the biggest factor here. If they can get that early Grimoire PK up on him, he can start roaming around. But I mean, if you're going to get a Grimoire PK up on Dampier, the Sand is going to have a mock. So it's going to be kind of hard to roam around. And in my opinion, tmsR has the better late game. But the thing is, they have a Scout. And Scout is pretty good against Sand because of that disarm. So I think it's going to be a pretty even game, but I would give the advantage to tmsR anyways.
Yeah.
Because of that Sand Wraith Empath combination. So.
Yeah, I mean, we saw what Sandwraith was able to do last game. I mean, that without even an Energizer picked up. I mean, Axeman clearly knows what he's doing with that hero, and we saw the last game. Now you throw an Empath on top of that, and I believe it was I had Sender on yesterday as a co-caster. He was making the point that it's basically like another free item on Sandwraith when you have an Empath to assist, especially when she eventually gets that Abyssal Skull. It seems like it could be a popular build-up in that case, so yeah, it really does amplify the potential of Sandray. So we'll see how and if that picks up. You see to start things off, Jonas Fan actually blocking the pole camp here with that Ward of Sight. That's really the only aggressive Ward of Sight that ended up getting placed. I guess there's a middle Rev Ward here from Moomiander, but it doesn't look like that countered anything in the end. So just trying to make sure that there was no vision. But we do got the 2 versus 2 matchup mid. Devourer Glacius versus a Torturer Master of Arms. So I think it's fairly, I mean, you probably get the advantage of the range here, of course, on the helper side, but there's always that hook chance. The hook chance for Super KGE. Would you give a favorite to either side, or?
I mean, like you said, there's that hook always going to be there. You're going to be a bit more careful here on the Legion side. I would give if they don't get hooked, they're going to win the lane. I mean, it's 2 range against 1 range, so they probably should win win the lane. And even if they get hooked, I mean, they have Moa, so he can just put the blue thingy on rope.
There you go. There's that combo coming out. Will it be enough for the kill? He doesn't have his rot yet, and that's probably going to be the difference maker. So yeah, not level 2 yet. Unable to secure the kill right there. So you maybe even question that a little bit, that maybe they should have waited till level 2 to maybe go for that hook chance first. But he does use it. We got the regen now anyway, so.
But like I said before, the Moa has that push away ability, so that's kind of in their favor. So if they just play safe and don't get too much out of position, they should actually be pretty fine here. And I give the advantage to the Hellborn team, I think.
Yep. Yeah, the double range just naturally, obviously, having a pretty solid time right there. So, ooh, top lane. Empath actually taking some good counter harassment coming out here by Scott. And actually, speaking of that, well, what do you make of this? Empath going the wall instead of the Essence Link here, as far as their first ability.
I don't know. The wall can do a lot of damage since Scout can go invis. I don't know. Does the link break when he goes invis? I don't think so, right? No.
I don't think that's what I kind of thought about maybe when Caster's Curse. Empath ends up falling right there. As Jonas Van gets some great assistance from Seal Kid, picks up the haste on Glacius, sure enough sets up the kill. So well played there by Lions, and deservedly so, getting that Bloodlust kill. So I'm not 100% sure. I want to say it doesn't, but I am not 100% sure. But, so yeah.
I think it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. But a big factor there, they were able to get this. I mean, this is a thing I think both teams are doing bad. You have no wards that cover any place where the runes is or where you can gank. They only have lane wards and block wards, so you can block the pulse. You need to get a ward out. I mean, Moon is sitting on a ward right now. Why not get that ward out to get some vision? I mean, they got the death on Tanka there. If they had that ward up, they would have seen Glacius coming. So I don't like this warding from both teams right now. You always should have a vision ward, as I like to call it, when you play 2-1.
Well, that's a good point, actually. I mean, it's very rare to see a support sit on a warded site this long. I mean, that's the warded site that he picked up at the beginning of the game, and so we have not seen a place just say. You kind of wonder what the purpose of that is ultimately, of when and if we're going to be seeing that placed here in the near future. But yeah, that is something pretty rare to see, holding onto the ward. That look at what Scout's doing. This is, oh jeez, here we go. Classic Scout. Courier's dead, and Lions is now pissed off, or excuse me, tmsR is now pissed off. So Lions is happy. There is a nice hook in the middle lane. In the meantime, Torture being locked down. The freeze comes out right after, and down goes Torture. So once again, the hook factor, as always with the Devo, gets the kill. Now Scout coming in. Not going to be anything, though, in the end, but Lion Esports Club building up some good momentum right here as this game picks up, it looks like.
Yeah, they need to shape it up here in tmsR. They really need to get that ward out from Moon. I don't know, it's going to be hard now mid. They give the kill to Devo there, and they lose the courier, which is even more important. That's going to be so annoying. As you can see, they haven't bought any new courier. I don't know, Breaky. This is going really bad for Lions here in the beginning, and this is exactly what Lion needed.
Yeah, it's obviously it's just the beginning of the game, but at the same time you can say it as it's the beginning of the game, and this is happening. I mean, it's once again rinse and repeat right here. Moomiander's gonna fall. You see Master Bomb Slicks. It's like I want to get a counter kill. It's just not gonna happen though. You cannot do enough damage onto the barrel right there. The bottle charge is now coming out. He's gonna be fine. So. Yeah, the hook's happening, causing issues here clearly, as it usually does when Super KG plays this hero. And he's going for another hook attempt. You see Slicks is going back and forth, though, back and forth. Top lane, there is the Essence Slicks, so that answers our question right there. They are chasing Scott, I guess we just dusted. But anyways, it's not going to be enough for the kill, as they apply a lot of harassment. But he does vanish away with the speed at least. So he survives. Kill attempt for tmsR, unsuccessful. Yeah, with the way this game has started, again, that's bad news. Still sitting on that ward here is Torture. Looks like he's finally going to place right here. Yeah, there we go. Puts it in the Conqueror pit area to get at least some vision now. But and then how's Dampier doing? Well, shocker, he's doing great. 370 gold per minute. He is looking really good here to start. So Lions seems like they have it all coming together right now.
Yeah, and tmsR still doesn't have a courier. They can send any region out. They can send anything out. I mean, Kesu is sitting bottom with no items. He's sitting on 600 gold. He probably wants to pick up bottle up here, and then maybe if he had a bottle now, he would have been at the bottom rune and would prevented that Glacius from taking the rune. It's just these small things that's gonna add up, and I don't know. It's gonna be hard for them. You're gonna see Scouts here. He's gonna roam mid, and this can be a potential kill here for Lions.
He is not level 6 yet. It's no marksman shot, but he definitely could do a good amount of burst damage just by opening with that vanish. So we'll see if they find that opportunity. Torture's just sitting at the tower. Torture's like, I don't even want to risk anything. There's a collapse though. Torture's in the back right. He's going to go for the stun. Oh, nice stun actually. It did stun both Scout and Devour right there. Very well placed. And it will be enough to keep Master of Arms alive. So that was some good patience by Torture, and Moomiander is able to land the stun to save his teammate at least. But now you see Lodestone's roaming in, so we got tmsR looking for their first kill of the game still. Will they get it right here? It's only level 4 Lodestone, but say only lightly. Level 2 head smash does plenty of damage. They're going to go right here. Samurai Thief importing in. They want to kill Devour, and they will kill Devour. He uses his ultimate on Samurai, hoping to live. But with Lodestone coming in, it did not work out. Well played top lane. They're going to dive Empath in the meantime. Nope, not going to happen either. Well executed by tmsR there. They get a kill finally.
Yeah, great job from Moon first up there, getting those 2 stuns in the mid lane when Scout roamed. So really good job by Moon getting those 2 kills, and that's exactly what tmsR needed. Now we're gonna get a game out of this break. Good job from Kesu going middle to gank, also using the sandwise factor here. But bottom though, Dampier gonna get a tower and go for Kesu here. He's gonna back off though. But great job from tmsR making some things happen. Exactly what they needed.
Yeah, you know, again as a spectator, the last thing you want, especially in a game 3, is like just to be a complete steamroll. So it was definitely shaping up that way for a little bit right there for Lions. But yeah, as you said, tmsR at least calming things down a little bit, and they get their first kill on the board. But at the same time, don't look too soon, because Fuzi now 450 gold per minute. Again, it is Dampier, so it's kind of expected, as it is a short lane free farming Dampier. But it is always still scary to remind yourself of. Haxman at the top lane. Silence comes out. Marksman shot going to be used. That should be enough. No, we got stunned, actually. He's going to use it again. And boom goes the dynamite. Down he falls. You see a counter kill attempt on Iglesias. Desert Scrooge, Empath chasing. Cannot get close enough, though. And Iglesias will survive? I mean, actually, Empath's still chasing. Now, the Archer is spotting him. He's going to go for the Essence Lake. He will get the kill on the Seal Kid, at least. So they do get a counter kill, but Iglesias for a Sandwraith, I think you're still very happy if you're Lion Esports Club here. So, yeah, getting Sandwraith that level, well, he is level 6, but maybe getting the Energizer and then level 6 Empath, I think could be a positive, marker here for the Hellborn team, but... That's
for sure. I mean, they can kill Dampier almost at any point when they get Empath to level 6.
Yeah.
You have a Lodestone, you have a Sand with Energizer. Damp is pretty squishy in the early game, so if they can get a good Lodestone stun from Kesu on the Damp and then Sand Empath porting in, that's going to be for sure a kill here. So they need some good vision down bottom here, maybe a lane ward for Fusi, and he needs to play a bit passive, but he's going to go through some stacks here in the jungle. So great job by Seal Kid Hanskin, I think, stacking up those camps.
Yeah. As always,
Yeah.
With the again, especially with the Dampier, he's like the hero nowadays on the competitive scene, where you need to make sure you're stacking those camps because it's ridiculous what he can do with them. So.
Yeah.
Happening here, and as a result, Light Brand already finished by Dampier being delivered here. Middle tower, they're putting some pressure on. It looks like, oh, look at Scout once again, though. He's scouting things out. Master Vron's on Torture in the background. Torture has no items on right now. It's always funny to see that, but not a laughing matter for him because he's going to be in some trouble right here. Never mind, actually. Scout's going to go for the bottom rune. 10-minute spawn. Lodestone already here. Can they make something happen? If it's like a DD spawn or something, it's going to be just a refreshment. And Scout will just bottle it up, though, so obviously Lodestone pretty aware. Is like, wait a second, that rune just disappeared. That means Scout's there. But nothing he can do about it. There's the hook in the middle and on to Master Farm. Support is coming in. Can it get here in time? Yes, they can. Essence Lake. Here's a turnaround chance. Sandwraith porting in. Nice stun there on a Scout. He's channeling up that marksman shot to try to take out Torture, but now he needs to be worried about surviving. No, he goes back in. He gets the kill, but at what cost? Oh, the Rhapsody ultimate. I don't know if it was necessary or not, but it does make sure to secure surviving on Scout right there. And now here comes another turnaround chance. Sandwraith, marksman shot. There's the marksman shot. Down he goes. Dampier joining the party, too. And when it's all said and done, Lion Esports Club makes it come together. And they take them out, so that worked out much better for Lions in the long run. tmsR, I mean, they tried to respond, but just not enough firepower there.
Yeah, man, I don't know why Hax and Tanka stayed there in the middle lane. They have a great ward from Moon in the bottom river. They saw Dampier running there, going back and forth. They still waited in the mid lane instead of backing. I mean, someone that's dead gotta keep vision over that ward and see that Damp is coming, and you gotta get back. I mean, that's just poor communication, I think, and yeah, Lion's gonna take a big gold and EXP lead now, and almost getting a... Oh my god.
That's a Lodestone, who's usually pretty good at surviving instances like that.
Yeah.
But the silence on top of just the massive burst from Dampier really stood no chance. So yeah, it seemed like tmsR was at least started. They got that initial kill. It's like, okay, they're calming things down, make things happen. But yeah, maybe making a little bit of poor decisions there, sticking around as you said, and obviously it ended up pretty poorly for them. And this is not a Legion team that you can have those early on mistakes against, because Lions is going to make you pay. And I think we're definitely seeing that happen right here as we're now approaching 12 minutes in. And speaking of that, actually, Devour going to go for the top rune. It is going to be a haste rune, which he'll gladly accept.
Like, this is gonna be Christmas for Fusi.
Yeah.
Jonas killed the career once again. Moon, I'm sorry, buddy, but you won't get items until maybe 40 minutes in. He's gonna be food all game. Even Tankafet is going to be food. So Jonas just opening the map so much, letting Fusi farm, giving him space. Great job.
I feel so bad for Haxran. I mean, he knew this was coming this whole time, but so he tries to run back, and before you know it, all of a sudden a Scout and a Devour with a haste just collapse on top of him. And he just falls. I mean, nothing that Haxran really could have done more right there. Other than maybe try to Deathless Curse Juke in the forest, but it just wasn't going to happen. So another easy kill being set up by Lions, and you got to wonder if that if the mental state right now of TMSR has definitely gone downhill. Torturer is going to be picked off right there. As well, you said it. He's going to be absolute food for most of them, if not all this game, especially for Dampier. Lodestone's going to be able to TP away, or more so rocket drill away, but they pick off Empath as well, so that food is definitely yummy here for Lions. And that Grimoire is seconds away now on Dampier. Steam Boot Blood Chalice Grimoire power, 13.5 minutes pretty much. Going to be coming out here for Fuzi, so it's, well, I hate to say it, but it's, I don't know if TMSR has much hope here at this rate. I mean, Empath is level 6. They have that Sand Wraith ulti, he has the Energizer. Can they make something happen? But Dampier is still fairly squishy. I mean, he is still fairly squishy, but
yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard. Once again, I just think it was small mistakes in the laning phase that made them get behind in this game. Like, I think the draft is fine, but I like the small, like not getting that ward out. I mean, it was such a huge factor. Then getting the courier killed 2 times. It's the small things. They just add up all the time, and you just underestimate that. And it's gotta be such a pain.
Oh, middle lane. You see, there's the hook on top of the Rhapsody staccatos. He has the rocket drill out already. This is kind of an awkward initiation right here. Rhapsody in some trouble. She has her ultimate, but can't use it on herself. She eventually falls. So lockdown from Super KG on a Samurai. Samurai goes down. He denies himself on Devour. That's always frustrating. Dampier going back in now. He takes the 4 lightning, but Scout is leading the way. Torture's food as expected. Easy kill for Dampier, but at what cost? He doesn't have his consume right now, so 15 seconds. Marksman shot to finish off Lodestone, though. So again, kills happening for TMSR right there, but even so, the end result is Dampier stays alive. He got some food out of it, and that's the one hero that just you gotta kill in those fights. So he stays alive. He has another 1,500 gold already, following up the Grimoire power purchase. So, again, TMSR at least showing some signs of life, but not really at the same time. And actually, Master of Arms, oh god, he might be in some trouble right here. You see, Scott was on top of him. Nope, he was going to be fine in the end. But now they're just going to steal the Ancients instead. So, adding insult to injury right there. Stampier's level 13.
They're getting poured in here. Maybe they are looking into going on the Scout.
They're going to try. Dampier's kind of nearby, though, and you could tell they're like, well, they're trying to find him first, but yeah, no dust. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, well, it's not that easy, to be honest with you. They don't have any, like, the courier died twice. That's 800 gold. I understand totally. Like, Tankafet and Moon, it's not their fault. Like, it's so hard to play support against a Scout that always kills your courier. You're gonna feed, you won't have any money, it's gonna be so hard. And that fight in the mid lane, they did great. They had good positioning, but if you're behind 10k, like, you won't win the fight.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so you do look back at the drafting stage a little bit this game, and you do. They left Scout open as far as that first pick material. Top lane, by the way, Lions, or Super KG, more so on Devour. He's trying to go for a kill, but now he's in trouble. Rhapsody comes in, though, with a Protect the Melody. Gonna help save him initially. Staccato stun's being used, and Rhapsody on the run. Samwraith porting in, though. He really wants this kill. Will it backfire is the question. No, it will not. He gets the kill. Glacius running in, though, and guess what? Here comes Scout as well, so maybe it still will backfire. Torture's going to be picked up. Marksman shot onto Sandwraith. Going to be fully channeled. Nope, not going to cancel it, actually. Nice turnaround onto Glacius, at least, but now Kaze is in a little bit of trouble as he's not in the best spot. He doesn't have his Stone Drill. He does have his ultimate. He's not using it yet, though. He's going to be silenced right there. Marksman shot going to get the ulti off maybe for a time. There he goes. He gets the Shadows from Monster. Going to bulk up. Is it going to matter? Yes, it will. Kaze, no, he dies to the creeps. He ends up dying to the creeps. And Dampier just like, okay, well, I got my portal key now. I'm going to come in and get some more kills. He takes out Slicks right there on Master of Arms, and he goes right into the stacked jungle of the Hellborn team.
Yeah, great job by Slicks there, sniping some nice kills. But like I said, Lions, they were 10k. Oh, there's the GG breakies.
Yep, it's the we thought about it, we did the math. We're not coming back, GG.
Yeah.
17 minutes in.
Did the math.
He did. He's good at doing the math.
Yeah,
I mean, so it ends up being a very short game, just really like the first two there, Pew. I mean, we were hoping maybe for a longer game, and it had potential to be that way, but at the same time, whenever there's a Dampier, it also has potential to be, well, a game like this, a 17-minute victory in favor of Lion Esports Club. So well played, and obviously just very aggressive play by them. Again, I was kind of touching there at the very end. I mean, do you look back at the picking stage and are you like, well, maybe they should have banned that scout instead of whoever else, or can you just not really fault them for that, or what?
I mean, maybe they thought we can go up against the scout because we won game 2 against it, but
Yeah.
I would say, I mean, it's kind of hard. I feel like it's more of they really got outplayed, and scout was the reason they got outplayed. It's a bit of both, but I don't know. I think Lions played better. It's not only the scout pick; it's a lot of small details, and but Lions were the better team, so they took the match.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Lions Esports Club deserving to win, and guess what? They're going to the grand finals. They get yet another rematch against Stay Green, and you know what a series I'm sure that is going to be. Obviously, they have some very recent history. Up until Cycle, they didn't even play in the first 2 cycles, but then Cycle 3 happened. Of course, we all know what happened in that cycle, where Lions, they knocked out Stay Green in the winner's bracket. They put them in the loser's bracket. They eventually a rematch in the grand finals. And then Stay Green down 2-0 in the grand finals, and a best of 5 came back to take it 3-2. And obviously that stung a little bit for Lions, I'm sure. They did face off in this bracket as well already, of course, in the winter bracket finals, and Stay Green won that series 2-0. So seems like Stay Green definitely back on track here in cycle number 4. It's kind of funny, thinking about it. Their only loss so far here in cycle 4 is against Happy 5 Friends. Not against Internet Gangsters, not against the Lions. It's against Happy 5 Friends. So,
and against the Kronos, I believe.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't Kronos. Yeah, that was like game 1 of that series. So it was looking like a shaky start once again for Stay Green, but not the story to end it. So I'm just taking it real quickly. Yeah, overall, they match up. Stay Green leads the series advantage 4-3. Actually, well, no, with the winter bracket finals victory, they're now 6-3 with a 2-1 series lead over them. So obviously those grand finals going to be a lot of fun. Again, Stay Green will be up 1-0 going into it in that best of 5. So we'll see if Lions can now come back from behind as SG did to them. But also to note, again, that is going to be tomorrow. Stay Green, unfortunately, was not able to field their 5 for today. The teams agreed that they were going to push it back to tomorrow. We still don't have a time yet, it looks like. I was trying to confirm